If you've ever wondered if it's too late to start your own Amazon FBA business, or if failure means that you can't ever succeed, then this is the video you must watch, because I'm going to share with you why it's never too late to take that leap into entrepreneurship, but also how learning from failure and pivoting can reveal your true calling. In the last year, I've shifted my focus to something practically free to produce, but it was also something I was passionate about, and it had a specific target audience. I started working on books to sell on Amazon's KDP, or Kindle Direct Publishing. And this is one great strategy you can implement today if you want to start selling on Amazon. The truth is, entrepreneurship is not a linear path. Like many of you, I started out thinking there's only one way to win. I followed all the standard methods and lost a lot of time and money. Luckily, I had a mentor who could guide me in the right direction, and once I shifted my approach, everything turned around. And that's what I want to share with you today. So go ahead and like this video, because what you'll hear is not only about making money. It's about unlocking your unique skills and passion to build something beautiful. If you want honest advice from someone who's tried, failed, and pivoted into success, then you're in the right place. If you're someone who's thinking about starting your own Amazon business or launching your own product, you're probably confronted by these 5 concerns. The first is fear of failure. We're so worried our product will flop, we don't even start. I've lived this because I thought my own sleep mask product would take off. But after investing over $10,000, it barely sold. But I was left with a garage full of unsold inventory. But I'm going to tell you how you can avoid this mistake despite it being the best thing that ever happened to me. The second concern is oversaturation. You see the endless listings on Amazon and you wonder how you can stand out, and you think it's just too late for me to join this game. This is a real concern, but with the strategies I'm going to share with you, I can show you how you'll stand out from the crowd. So be sure to stick around, because this is going to be the most important part. The third concern is startup costs. Maybe you believe you need tens of thousands of dollars to get started. I'm here to tell you that you don't. I'll reveal the other 2 concerns later in this video, but you need to understand all of these concerns before you start selling on Amazon. So let's talk about what actually happened. Like many new Amazon sellers, I tried the private label route when I launched my sleep mask business, which I made a video talking about in detail. But the reason why it failed is because I didn't do proper market research. I skipped the validation process, and I tried to compete with hundreds of identical products. Products where the only difference is price or maybe a pretty logo. If you go to Alibaba right now, you'll see sleep masks sold for pennies a unit. Anyone can private label them, and I ordered 1,000 units. I invested in logos, packaging, I even got a trademark and set up a website. It added up to over $10,000. And what I didn't realize and wish I had listened to my mentors is that the private label market is oversaturated, and buyers are going for the cheapest and most reviewed options. My product just got buried in the hundreds of listings already on Amazon. And the result was in 5 months, I made a whopping $52. And more importantly, I learned a lesson that was far more valuable than what I lost. And this is why I'm here today, because I want to share that with you so you don't make the same mistake that I did, and let you know what's the best strategy to succeed on Amazon today. Here's what nobody tells you. If you're selling what everyone else is selling, then you cannot compete on price and expect to build a sustainable business. The real issue isn't if Amazon FBA or e-com doesn't work. It's that most people are doing it the exact same way. It's about customizing your offer to a specific audience. Think how Travis created the carnivore electrolyte powder. And yes, you can still win today if you focus on niche or passion products, not generic products that everyone else is selling. And I'm going to share exactly what this strategy is. But before I do that, my name is Drew. I was always a creative person with a goal of being an entrepreneur. I needed freedom, but that dream was crushed when I was in college because I had a job at a car museum and was invited to take a ride in a Corvette ZR1. But instead of having an amazing time, I was in an accident and I was trapped in a coma for a long 2 weeks. When I woke up, I knew I had a purpose, and I tried to do that by helping others. This was an exciting moment in my life, but I had no idea how badly it would crash and burn. After my failure, I didn't quit. I asked myself, what am I really passionate about? Because of my experience and faith, I began writing biblically based coloring books and activity books for children. Using Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing, or KDP, platform, I could publish books with no upfront inventory cost. I let Amazon print and ship on demand. In just a few months, my business made money with no upfront costs and very little risk. And for the first time, I was building something that truly mattered to me and my community. The best part is the costs were minimal, just some design software and my own creativity. And here's why this matters to you. It's never too late to pivot. It's never a failure if you learn, adapt, and keep following your passion. And if you want to build something like an Amazon FBA business so you can make extra money or maybe quit your job one day, there are a few things you must know about. One of the big concerns and reasons people never start their Amazon business or any business is fear of failure. But let's be real. The fear isn't about failing. It's about what we think failure means. We're afraid of being judged or wasting time or money, or confirming the nagging voice in our head that says, you're not cut out for this. But modern psychology tells us something different. Fear is just a survival instinct. It's your brain trying to protect you from the unknown. It shows up because you haven't yet proven to yourself that you can succeed. The only way to change that is through action. I've been there when I launched my sleep mask brand years ago. I skipped the validation step, ignored my mentor's advice, and I paid for it. Over $10,000 invested, and I ended up with a garage full of unsold inventory. It sucked, but it didn't break me. In fact, this so-called failure became the stepping stone to everything that I'm doing now. It led me to find my real product, the one I enjoy selling, the one that's actually making money, and the one that feels like it's really aligned with my true purpose. And it only happened because I stuck with it and followed a proven strategy the second time around. And when you follow the right steps, like the ones Travis and his team teach inside of the program, you stop guessing and start building something real. Don't let fear decide your future. Let proof, strategy, and action take over. Which takes me to my second concern, and it's the biggest trap most new Amazon sellers fall into, including me, whether they're selling wholesale, arbitrage, or private label. And it's a classic move. Find a trending product, toss it up on Amazon, and hope for the best. But here's the problem. If it was easy for you to find, then it was easy for hundreds of other people to find as well. And what happens when everyone is selling the same thing? A brutal price war. Margins disappear, and before you know it, you're racing to the bottom just to break even. But here's what works in 2025 and will still work in 2026. Selling something that people are already searching for but can't easily find. In other words, launching a real product that fills a gap in the market. That's a strategy that Travis and his team use, and it's called niche branding. For example, they launched a carnivore-friendly electrolyte powder. No sugar, no additives, and no fluff. They pulled in over $100,000 in just 6 months. Not because it was some revolutionary invention, because it was ultra-specific and spoke directly to a niche audience. I took this same approach with KDP book. I noticed people were searching for it, but nobody was selling a good version of it on Amazon. It wasn't generic, it wasn't trendy, but it was targeted. And the moment it went live, I started selling organically with no ads and no competition. So if you're serious about winning on Amazon this year, don't follow the herd. Don't chase fads. Use a smarter approach. Use Helium-10 to find product categories that people are actively searching for, where there is demand but no good options available. That's how you find those golden gaps in the market. If you want help with that, check out the Amazon FBA program that I joined. It walks you through every step from finding your idea to launching it the right way. I've linked the waitlist down below, so be sure to join. When I first thought about starting an Amazon business, the thing that really held me back was the startup cost. And that's the third concern I really want to talk about. I was convinced that I would need $50,000 or more just to get a product off the ground. But once I actually got into it, I realized that number couldn't have been further from the truth. Sure, retail arbitrage and wholesale are cheap to start, but that's also why everyone is doing them. The competition is brutal, the margins are slim, and you're basically fighting over scraps. But when you go the route of building a niche brand or launching a passion product, it's a whole different story. The cost to start is way more accessible than most people think. I launched my first KDP product for just $300, and that covered everything from graphic design to ISBNs and even AI tools to help me write and format the books. And the crazy part is, it started generating passive income almost immediately. Another guy named AJ launched cocktail cards with $0, literally nothing out of pocket. He used crowdfunding to raise over $100,000 before ever ordering inventory. And Cam launched Clove Water for just over $2,000. That covered inventory, packaging design, shipping, and everything. And it started selling organically from day one because he followed the exact strategy taught in the passion product formula. So if you're sitting there wondering, is the startup cost going to hold me back in 2026? The answer is honestly no, not if you play it smart. Whether you've got a few thousand saved or you're starting from scratch, there are creative ways to get your product out there without draining your savings. Another big concern that Amazon sellers have is the fees that come from Amazon. And yes, Amazon does take their cut. There's a 15% referral fee and the fees that come with FBA packing and shipping. And depending how you store inventory, a few more charges can pop up. If you're selling generic products or doing retail arbitrage, those fees hit hard. You're already in a price war with 50 other sellers. And once you drop the price to stay competitive and subtract the fees, there's almost nothing left. That's exactly why Travis and his team recommend focusing on niche or passion products instead. When you create something unique, something that solves a specific problem for a specific group of people, you're not competing on price anymore. Cam's Clove Water sells for $19. Travis's Carnivore Electrolytes sells for $38, and people still buy it. Why? Because there's nothing else like it, and it speaks directly to them when nothing else does. It looks premium, feels premium, and it's not fighting for attention in a sea of lookalike. And here's something most people don't realize. When it comes to ads, you don't need to spend big money on PPC or pay per click. Travis and his team didn't spend a dime on ads when they launched. Instead, they focused on ranking organically by finding the right keywords and optimizing their listing, which is something they press on in their program. PPC can definitely help when your product is already selling, but it shouldn't be your strategy for getting off the ground. It should be a bonus and not the foundation. That's the whole point of the method that they teach inside of the passion product formula. And it's not just about launching a product. It's about launching the right product in the right way. So you're not crushed by fees or stuck in a race to the bottom. That's how you are going to win in 2026. Lastly, the reason many people don't start their Amazon business is the fear of recession. You see those headlines almost every week. It's a real concern, and nobody wants to be stuck with boxes of unsold inventory. Those headlines have always been around. Every single year, someone is saying, we're about to fall off a cliff. And yet, online shopping has not stopped growing. It didn't even slow down during the 2020 lockdowns. In fact, e-commerce exploded and grew by over 43%. And it crossed over $240 billion in sales during a time when people were losing their jobs left and right. The key isn't to predict the economy. It's choosing the right kind of product. Pet supplies, baby items, and groceries, these are items that do well even when times are tough. And that's why building a niche brand or passion product really matters. You're not just selling another generic item that you hope people want. You're creating something specific for a specific group. And that connection makes all the difference. People still spend money on what matters to them. And we haven't even talked about KDP yet. Because honestly, KDP is in a league of its own. There's zero inventory, zero shipping, and basically zero risk. It's all digital. You can launch books, journals, planners, basically anything you want without spending a dime on physical products. And the best part, it's infinitely scalable. Once it's live, it just keeps selling in the background. No storage, no logistics, just pure passive potential. So if you want to win in business today, here is the real pathway. Don't just follow the herd, copying and pasting what worked 5 years ago. Validate your product with real data. Look for gaps, check keywords, and serve a specific audience. You can start lean with KDP digital products, and print on demand are amazing ways to launch products with virtually no risk. Don't be afraid to pivot. Sometimes failure is the way to find your true passion, just like I did. Remember, you win or you learn. The only way you fail is by quitting altogether. So whether you're launching a new Amazon FBA business or starting out on KDP, the message is the same. It's not too late. In fact, with the right strategy and lowest cost ever, and endless ways to serve new niches, there has never been a better time to start, even if your first try doesn't go as planned. If you want extra help, check out Travis's Amazon FBA program, Passion Product Formula. With over 100 tutorials, weekly Q&As, and 2 live coaching sessions. Click the link below to sign up for the waitlist now. And if you're not ready to join just yet, Travis has completed a 12-hour Amazon FBA course. It's completely free. Just click the link below. And thank you for watching.